No! This is funkdoc here, and we were supposed to play a game on France, but I think we forgot to... BSW is stupid about this. If you don't click the button to lock the map, then it automatically takes you to Baden-Württemberg as the map. Anyway, this is me up against Roos and hocijakemeno. I'm not really quite sure how to pronounce that, sorry. Roos is a pretty experienced player. I've seen them around a good deal over the years. Hocij, or hocij, I'm not, again, sorry, I'm going to butcher this name. They're a newer player to me. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. Now the map's locked in. We're going to play France. Did not mean to play Baden-Baden here. Okay. Just explaining the situation to hocij here. There we go. Okay. Now the game actually starts for real. Good luck to everyone. So yes, hocijakemeno, Roos, and me, funkdoc, are in this 3-player game, and this is a moderately priced France config. France is one of the cheaper maps overall. Roos bids $7 for the Plant 4, which is the maximum that I would pay for it in 3-player. 4 gains less of an advantage in 3-player compared to larger games because there's fewer players in the game, and thus it doesn't get as big of a turn order boost. Yep, I will let Roos have the 3 plant for $4, and I'll take my 8 because 8 gets cheap coal. You could even store an extra coal or 2 and still get a good build here. And especially on France, France is like the easiest map to build last on, I think. Because there's no one region that's as awful as the Southwest. Red is pretty bad if Aqua's not in the game. That's the only thing. But even that's still more tolerable compared to the USA Southwest or the southern purple region of Germany. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get to store 1 extra coal besides the 3 that I'm burning here. And this is why Roos paid so much for the 3 plant, is the ability to get that triple build in Paris. So Paris is represented by 3 cities on the France map, and they all have a free connection with each other. So it only costs 30 total to start in these 3. Just 10 for each city, no connection costs. And it blocks out a lot of connections for other players too, which is pretty cool. Someone else will build north up in brown. I expect that someone will probably be me, in which case I'll build Reims and Amiens to get maximum blocking up here of roos and really try to clinch brown for myself. I assume that's going to be the build I get last because yellow should be the build for hocij, I think. Like, just build Leon. Like, if you're hocij in this situation, actually, you can build two. You can build Leon and Dijon, and that's really good. Yeah, I think Leon Dijon would be my build in hocij spot. Because Roos built 3 cities, I'm going to build 2 in order to make money from the 8 plant. Thus, hocij can build 2 cities and still stay at the bottom of the turn order because they'll have fewer cities than Roos and a lower numbered plant than me. Nancy, huh? That's interesting. Ooh, you know what my build is? Ooh, I get a good build then. I know what I'm going to build. Dijon and Besançon. That's what I'm going to do. Right? Yeah, it has to be my build. Because that should hopefully be able to get Leon for me, and Leon's like the key central city with all the connections just about in yellow. So I think hocij then will definitely need to build Reims next turn. I mean, Roos won't be able to afford a city next turn. So hocij could actually build Metz and then try Reims maybe to get the slightly cheaper connection. Not sure if that's worth it though. Personally, if I were hocij, I would build Reims next and then try to get Amiens on turn 3 if possible, or at least Lille. Anyway, I pass on these plants because of course I do. These are not good for me. Roos actually passes on plants. Interesting. I expect hocij to build... hocij, I think, will probably buy the 9. I would consider buying the 5 in hocij's position in order to maintain turn order. That's what I would do in that spot. I would buy the 5. Even though it's going to make less money than the 9. Okay, hocij does that, and it's definitely a reasonable move. I like it. Now the situation is... this will be interesting. Next turn, Roos is going to have to buy the 10. Roos will be stuck at the top of the turn order again with only powering 1 city this turn is not particularly good. So Roos will need to buy the 10. I'm obviously not going to touch it. I expect hocij won't touch it either. And then I can go for the 11. So I think my play this turn is probably not to store extra coal. Well, maybe just the $3 coal. I think I can do that. 1 extra coal is fine. I can live with that. Because I'm obviously not going to build this turn because I want to stay below Roos. And thus, I want to be able to go for the 11 plant and possibly the 22 if 11 is bid on. There's still some duds. There's still a decent number of duds that can block 22, though. So 11 is worth bidding for sure. Roos actually builds. Holy crap. I was not expecting that. That's not good news for me because now hocij might build into Leon, which would be quite bad for me. No dud yet. I'm obviously going to pass. 10 doesn't really do anything for me when I already have the 8. Well, we'll see if I'll be happy if he passes this. If hocij passes, yes. Okay, even though they did get 22, I'm still happy with this. It's going to take a good number of turns for 22 to make more money than the 11, since the plant costs $11 more, and uranium's just 3 per turn. It's going to take 4 turns before the 22 breaks ahead of the 11, so I'm okay with this. And actually, I think my play will be to just run the 11 and stay low in the turn order. Because roos is going to be stuck up top again. Now this, yeah, because I'm not going to build a 4. Running the 8, like, powering 4 cities with 2 plants, one of which is the 8, being inefficient as all hell, that's not very good. My plan is just to actually stay at 2 cities this turn, because that will get me bottom in the turn order, and just power them efficiently with my handy dandy 11 here. That's what I'm thinking is the play. Because I want to be bottom for the auction next turn to have a shot at, you know, make sure I get a chance at 25. That's the plant I need. 29 would be great too, if 25 gets bid up to a high enough price. I definitely want to buy a coal here. Definitely want to buy a coal. I think I'm just going to buy 1, though. I'm not going to build this turn. I'm only going to power 2 cities, so... What I'm thinking here with this is, this will put me in the best position to fight for 25. I'll have exactly 2 coal stored, which is how much you need to run the 25 next turn. And that'll put me in the best position to bid for the plant and afford to build. The extra coal will also come in handy for the 29, of course, should I get that. Yep. Hocij builds Strasbourg, the obvious city there. And now, this is going to be good because I can just go below Hocij in the turn order, and then next turn I get Lyon. Hopefully Lyon and Saint-Etienne. That's what I'm looking for. Roos is going to be stuck up top again and, you know, might be forced to buy a plant. Hocij might consider buying 15 if Roos were to pass, but I don't think Roos will pass this turn. I just have a feeling that they might be desperate enough to go for 15 here. 25 and 26, holy crap. Okay. Roos does pass, okay. I don't think 15's going to do much for me. Oof, 23. That's not good. I'll do it this way, and I'll actually build just 1 city here. That way I still stay bottom in the turn order, plus I really need to get Lyon before Hocij jumps in there. This is crucial to me right now. I think I actually build to 3, and then maybe just run my 8 plant, because it technically does make money just powering 1 city right now. I'll let Hocij have Mulhouse. I'm okay with that. And Roos in this situation is probably going to build. Well, I don't know if they can build to 7, though. You would have to build to 7. If you can build to 7, that would take 2 bad plants out of the game. Roos does not build. All right. Well, if everyone... Well, Roos is going to buy 23 next turn, I'd expect. And I will run the 8 this turn. So this is... Ooh, 24 in, too. This is bad. Hocij might pass. Roos will have to buy a plant, and then I'll have to buy something. My something might be 15 now, honestly. Or is it? Or is it? Roos is going to buy 23, I think. It's really safe now with 24 being there. Let me think here. Yeah, uranium restock stays 1 per turn, so it's going to get expensive in a hurry now. I clearly just pass here. Ha! That's why you pass. The slight chance of getting a 20 or 21 or anything like that. Now I'm going to build up top, so the play for me is just build to... Let's see, what can I build to? 1, 2, 3... Ooh, here's what I can do. I can actually build into Orleans. Saint Etienne, Orleans Tours. Except I can't get the 6 that way. Okay. Well, I technically can. I would have to buy just 1 uranium, though. And I think I can do it. Let's do this to make sure. That leaves me to 6, so I can buy 1 uranium and 1 coal. Which I shall do. Ooh, boy, what a lucky drop for me. So I build to 6 this turn, and then, unless someone else does it, I will trigger step 2 on the next turn. Okay. Yeah, this gives me a lot of options to break a stall, too. And I definitely want to break a stall next turn. Believe me. Oh, Hocij jumps into there. Sweet. Okay, Roos gets fenced in nice. I like this. I like this. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Also, I'm not even at the top of the turn order. What the hell? I don't know why. I guess Hocij was getting desperate for builds, but that's still weird to do. Now I'm actually going to stall. Now I will stall because I'm not at the top of the turn order anymore. Ooh, Hocij actually buys. All right, let's go. Let's go here. Let's go. I have extra coal stored, so 25 is a little bit of extra value than usual compared to usual. Sure. Okay. I don't mind getting 25 that cheap. Okay. I mean, 26 is going to be pretty sweet, although what I could do is this. Let me think. I'll be stuck at the top of the turn order next turn, so there will be incentive for me to build. Alright. Let's assume I have to take, like, Limoges or some crap. Alright. I will buy a uranium this turn. Yeah. Okay, I can do this. Because then I can build a 7. I should have maybe bought some oil, I guess. Roos is obviously going to stay at 5 cities because, again, they're blocked hard right now. Ooh, sweet. Okay. There we go. And yeah, no one else is really gonna build, so it's on me to break the stall here. It'll likely cost me step 2 Paris, but I want to push my money advantage over everybody else right now. Forgot to mark off 34 and 46, so that's gonna go under. I didn't buy any extra uranium because next turn I'm just gonna build to 9 and run 25 and 21, and 21 will of course be an oil plant. 18 in, so I pass on this. These plants don't look the greatest for hocij either. Because of all of us having nuclear plants, that hurts 28's value a lot. Yep, hocij passes, which I think is sensible there. Roos's problem is they have an extra coal stuck on the 10, so they can't replace it. Otherwise, they could very well buy 18 there to replace the 10. And there's 14, so more duds, which is great news for me, being that I have the best plants of anybody at this point. What hocij needs to do is build to 7 and just get rid of the extra resources sitting on the 5 there. Run that plant so that they can replace it next turn without losing resources. Alright. Supply chart, it's 3 oil, come back into the game. Yeah, I'll just buy max coal and oil now. I gotta say, 25 is better than 26 right now. Lower number, which is valuable for turn order. So my top target here will be Paris, without a doubt. If hocij doesn't build all of Paris, I will. Hocij's gonna build all of Paris, though. Yep. Which is fine. I'm okay with this. Wow, building a 10. Okay, sure. Also interesting that Roos doesn't even build to 8. That's good news for me. Roos is clearly the player I need to block now, which means Mulhouse and Strasbourg, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the play. Clearly that's the play, yeah. My cheapest step 2 spots there. And I will stop now because I want to stay below hocij in the turn order. And hocij will have to buy a plant next turn, as many cities as they have now. Store decks for resources. Since I knew I was going to move above Roos in the turn order, I figured Roos wouldn't have the money to build to 9. Ooh, the 20. Honestly, I'm not touching this plant. I don't think I want to touch this plant. Right? Let's see, how close are we to step 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still a few plants away. Actually, no, 31 came in, so we're just 2 plants away. Because 8 plants are removed from the deck, so that means we have 2... In 3-player, 8 plants are removed from the deck, so that means we have 2 more left to be drawn. One of which will come after this 20. So yeah, no need for me to bid for the 20 here. Roos will bid, though. I feel like that's a mistake this late in the game. 20 is not a plant you want. Hocij might feel enough pressure to bid for it, though, because of capacity concerns. Yep. We're going to get a little bidding on this, which makes me very happy. Wow, I love this. I love to see this right now. 20 should have been let go at cost. Even with that 19 dud coming into the game, I don't care. Like, I really don't care right now. 18 is a waste of money for me at this point. Although, let me think about this. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Hocij is again in a desperate spot now. Hocij clearly needs to buy a plant. Which will probably be 18. Does not buy a plant. Okay. The question is... Let's think here. Building to 14 is going to be tough for me. 21 for a good price, though, so I pass. Because what I could do next turn is... Here's the thing. After their early plant struggles and after paying this much for the 20... I don't think... You know, Roos is not going to be able to end the game next turn. I highly doubt Roos ends the game on the next turn. So... Yeah. I don't think there's a benefit to me building right now. The really nice thing is we've only seen one of the 7 capacity plants thus far, the 46. So that means Roos would have to buy 2 more plants to end the game. I mean, Roos is under pressure to build because they have 2 uranium stored in the 23. Also interesting that Roos did not store extra coal in the 20, because I'm going to keep attacking coal. Making coal expensive really favors the... what was I going to say? Making coal expensive, it really favors the 25 compared to the 20. Like, the 25 becomes much, much better relative to the 20 the more expensive coal gets. So it's in my interest to drive up coal. Notice how I bought extra coal, but not extra oil there. Yeah, Roos gets stuck with expensive builds, too. Now the question is, hocij, I think, has incentive to build to 14 if they can, if at all possible. The fact that hocij did not buy resources on the 5 plant there, which would have, you know, buying 2 coal would have attacked both of us, which would have been a good move for them. The fact that they did not buy coal on any resources in the 5, that suggests to me, okay, I thought they were going to build. And then 17, last plant left. Yep, I know step 3 is coming. So here's a little bit of a problem. Roos might be able to end the game on the next turn here. I think my play is to stay bottom. Not build, actually? Or is it to build? I think the play is not to build right now, because this step 3 market is not the greatest. Like, 5 of the 8 plants left in the deck are less than 6 capacity. That tells me that I do not build here. Because what I need to do is maximize my chances of getting that 7 capacity plant. Hey, and hocij actually puts coal on the 5 plant this time. There we go. That's what you do in those desperate spots. You attack both of us. So we're going to try to make resources as expensive as we can for Roos here. That's what my resource purchases were targeted toward. And I am not going to build. Again, this is going to be a step 3 market where having bottom in the turn order is extremely important. And even if you look at the plants that can power more cities, like coal and oil are both so expensive. Like 46 is not going to make you a ton of money. 30 is going to be quite bad here. I mean, it's like safe, but resources will be expensive as hell. And now hocij is building out to block roos a lot here. Rake their cities more expensive, which is exactly what I wanted to see. And roos definitely has a lot of pressure to build to 13 so that they can finally burn some of that uranium on 23. Or build to 12 too, that works. roos really not building to 13 is interesting. Are they a lot poorer than I think they are? Because there was no reason not to build to 13 there if you could afford it. That did not affect their spot in the turn order at all. There's 30. $34, there's one of the duds. This is interesting now. roos passes, holy shit. Okay. I think I just won the game now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just won the game, right? Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, holy shit. I actually win. Alright, GG. Interesting that roos passed there. If I really wanted to optimize this, I wouldn't have bought 31. I could have just bought like 34 instead to make it even easier. But I like powering more cities to end. And see, this is the reward you get for being patient and not building for so long. When the step 3 market is really weak, turn order matters more. There we go. That's the game. All right. Yeah, I feel really good about that one. Getting 11 at cost and then the super lucky 21 at cost after 23. roos would have very likely become the favorite in that game had I bid on 23 there. But that's why, because of the possibility of plants like 20 and 21, that's why you pass on 23 in those situations, even though 24 was there to block 25 and 26. There's still enough good drops there, stuff that's better than 23. 18 would have been better than 23 as well, for example. So, plus I could have just bought 15 in worst case scenario and been okay there. So yeah, that's what did it. And that's it. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that was a really clean game on my part. And good game to everybody. See y'all later.